o'clock on Thursday, October
Let
10th.
me let my note taker in so that no one has to take notes.
All right, so Nate,
You don't want me to take notes?
was working to try to get some of the meeting minutes together from all those executive sessions for us to approve, but we didn't, he had a busy week, so we didn't have time to do that, so we're gonna table that for the next meeting. But you're gonna give us an update at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
Slumlording ain't easy. No, but that's been my joke. I've given many tours, and we can go on one whenever you want. Just stop by. We have a working idea for what temporary town hall will look like, and working dates of December, January. I haven't sent it up the flagpole yet, but we are working on it. The realty lady will be out by Halloween. I'm hoping she leaves her cubicles. When she asked me if I wanted to pay for them and what I was willing to pay, I said it would be a disrespectful offer. So I'm kind of hoping
yeah.
she just wants to save her husband's back. We had a stinky situation yesterday because there was a block in the pipe about 80 feet in from under the yoga studio. So we blasted that out with the Roto-Rooter, and poor Jim cleaned the bathrooms and vacuumed the floors of the second floor in the back. We're still waiting on Paul Varney to solve the water issues so that he can get his $5,000 back. I can't imagine.
What's the is there a delay on their end or on his end?
He's Paul Varney.
Yes, no, I know, okay.
And he's going, I have no doubt that he's going to do what he said he's going to do. He's just going to do it on his own time. Cause he's like 80 and a guy. The businesses have paid their first lease payments. We got all of them. The select board authorized me to enter into an agreement for $300 a month with the electrician who may or may not live there. He will not be there for the next month or two, so we'll see in the winter what the situation is. We're planning on putting up some cameras, and that's not a place for people to live, so if he is sleeping on that couch for more than a singular night, we'll have a conversation about it.
Okay.
But he claims that he's just doing his electrical there and is gonna retire. It's a 1-year lease that I haven't drafted yet, but he's gonna be gone for a couple of weeks anyway. The Mass DOT is interested in staying for another year, but they are going to be moving to different units in the building so that we can utilize their building, their space as temporary town hall in conjunction with the second floor. So it'll be the most space we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And still less than others.
Okay.
The select board authorized me to work with that Capital Solutions company on a grant prioritization plan. The minute others read the results of the pre-minutes of our meeting the other night, several different organizations from within the town reached out and said, hey, how do I get on that? So I'm gonna have a larger conversation about seeing what that looks like. My plan at this point is to put in either $5,000 or $7,500 into the capital plan and try to make it annually to continue working with that company as long as it works out. So we'll see. I sent them the contract yesterday. The contract and bond paperwork, everything is done with New Kappa Construction. We have to make a finalized decision on these here referenced colors and such. Then I'll be able to order them. Most of this stuff is already in, so they should be able to start, I'd say, within a month.
Okay.
The vendor has been lovely so far. He's willing to come down and meet with the tenants, and so that they know what exactly is going on. He did suggest that we look into buying LEDs because if we're gonna be taking them down, he says he might as well put up new ones. So,
Taking down
the
the
current lights.
the current lighting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, LEDs are gonna save us some money.
Yeah. And right now
They
they're
only be, I don't know if there's a mass save program for.
not as fast as we would need it to go. So I'm going to
So we
look
can't
in,
buy them and then look to get reimbursed later.
we wouldn't be able to get approval on that quickly. Heather, do you have any ideas on something that we could use to buy lights in the short term? Besides the town budget?
No, I mean, we can keep our receipts and see if they'll accept us getting reimbursed, but I don't got anything else, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, we can throw something out on the listserv and see if we get lucky and someone knows something, but we don't have a muni, so I don't know.
Maybe, let me see what I can do. Maybe I can talk the municipal electric guy into buying us lights. But we'll see, cause he's gonna make money off of the town eventually. And that's about it. I'm sure
That might work.
we are moving very, very quickly and at a snail's pace at the same time. Yep.
Alright, so I had a question.
Had I not gone to the hospital for almost a week, I would have had the designer RFP out, but my goal is to get it out on Monday. We'll do 2-3 weeks, call it, we'll have a meeting, open them up here with everybody. You guys are the designer selection review committee. So, we'll go from there. Hopefully it's all within cost, because we've already gone over.
And you mentioned Travis had been working on the exterior,
Yes, he
like the
has.
leaf blower
Yep.
and,
So the fire
So-
department cut down a bunch of trees, and then Travis cleaned up all the trees, meaning the DPW cleaned up all the trees, and then once Travis got working over there, he realized he didn't hate it. So he brought the brush mower over and cleaned it up. It's getting to look real good.
okay.
He was talking to me about trimming the Chinese maple, so I was just like, okay, Travis, you do you.
I was personally wondering if we should, where the entrance is there, it's really overgrown and stuff, I didn't know, I'm willing to go
Self-help it?
and maybe put a few, some mums, and it's probably too late to plant mums, but I didn't know if anyone else was interested in just like, no, no one wants to.
No, I mean, if somebody else goes, sure. I love the
I
handwork.
didn't know if it was worth doing, if it just made it look a little nicer while other things are getting done, it just kind
We
of.
will do that kind of stuff certainly once town hall is over there and all that stuff. I'd say wait until the project of part of this time frame is done, and then we can show people, like right now I'm trying not to do too much because it's still a kinda
Yeah.
rickety building.
If they're gonna be doing a lot of destruction and
Yeah.
siding and everything else, I'd wait until after all that's done, because that way, you know, you're not gonna find boards and scrap and crap all over your brand new flowers.
No, I was talking about the entrance, where
Yeah.
the sign is,
Yeah.
that's, I just
Oh,
pulling
oh,
out
oh.
that's all, I was
I
just
thought you were
right
talking about
there.
the entrance where the
Yeah, no, every
walkway
time
was.
I drive by, I kinda go, oof,
I've been
really.
talking with Travis and Jim, who his last name is escaping me, he's on the fire department. He's like, yeah, Jim Dixon, cause Jim Dixon is the winter plow and shoveling contracted vendor. And I'm going to be opening that up wide, but it's very unlikely that anyone but Jim will apply for it. So he'll fill out, he's worked for the town before, he fills out conflict of interest paperwork, does it all by the book. I asked him if he did any handyman stuff, he said that he's a nice guy and he's willing to do certain things, but he doesn't think he wants to take on, like, you're the handyman
Yeah,
now, like, as he said, he does not mind and has no problem continuing if we saw it fit to do the shoveling and the plowing, cause the DPW can do the big parking lot, but I guess it's a pain when the snow gets stuck in those breezeways, so. We'll get that out in a couple of weeks too. And I'm hesitant to say this in a public meeting, but I'm kind of thinking once we get everything we need from Paul, we consider going another direction with our water company. But we'll see.
What water company are you referring to, Nate?
Mr. Varney had his hands all
Oh,
over this.
that cap on
Yeah,
the well.
yeah,
and
and
that-
he
okay.
does their reporting, he does everything.
Yeah.
Everything, like, the former owners of this building didn't know many people in the region, so.
Yeah, there are plenty to pick from
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, Patricia and I have set up pretty much all of the vendors on the town side now.
Anyone have any questions or anything?
I'm thinking about those breezeways, would it be worthwhile to consider at some point walling them in
No, they're
and putting,
beautiful.
not for the winter time?
It looks like a Christmas tree shop in my head, like.
Well, we know where the Christmas tree shop is now.
Okay.
Mike, were you thinking permanently?
Yeah,
Okay.
like, yeah, like, yeah.
Maybe.
Just might be a,
I'm getting quoted on cabling and have ordered a server for the temporary town hall. The select board authorized the purchase of a server to move over there with the ARPA funds. So.
Alright.
The Mass DOT people are pretty chill, so I think as long as we offer them ease, they'll kinda go wherever, so I don't think as long as we are kind and make it easy for them that we're gonna have to wait until January. Cause I'd like to get volunteers and staff in there to start painting and
have we talked to Monty Tech about maybe getting
Monty
some help
Tech
there?
is busy right now because they're building a factory for themselves.
Right.
But they are interested in helping out and working together on this project in the springtime.
Oh, okay.
I've connected with both the superintendent and the teacher that runs that program several times in the last few months, or last month or two. And the interest is there, the ability is there.
Yep.
Just they
Timing.
cannot commit at this time, cause they don't know when their current project's gonna be done, and they don't want us to get frustrated waiting.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I drive by that project every day and they've done a great job over there. They're like working on the roof yet the other day, and so they're coming along pretty good. Alright, so we wanna go through these choices at this point?
I looked at them, I'm fine with the colors. I think it'll look
I
nice.
honestly think it boiled down to not even about the colors, it was more about what was in stock, what they would constantly have in stock, if we had to replace anything,
Right.
what would wear and tear better, and because originally it was like, alright, well, we'll give 3 choices, but the more we talked about it, it was just like, okay, well, they may not have that come 10 years down the road, they may not have, so this is what it boiled down to.
I mean, it's more of a, colors is more of a personal decision, so I usually bow out on that.
Yeah.
Except for the roof, and where you get issues if you go extremely dark, it's gonna be very hot,
Yep.
and that's the summer part of that. But the nice thing is in the winter, it's
Keeps the snow
warm
off.
Yeah.
and keeps the
Yeah.
snow off, so, I don't know that with that pitch, we have a real concern with snow. You know, it's about 50-50 as to how much advantage there. So it's a matter whether you want a light color to reflect. And we are apparently getting warmer year by year, so,
Right.
you know, tip it in the direction of going a lighter color so it reflects more.
Yeah, they got snow on top of Killington today. Speaking of getting warmer.
I was up at Pac-Monadnock a couple days ago. There was one thing here about the prorated, and, you know, it says 10 years, or after 5 years, and then prorated for 40 years, and then prorated for 50 years. Can you explain that, Nate?
It's not those, it just happens to be on top of that. That company had a bad reputation, so we ended up going with
Ah.
the proposal of the other company,
Ah.
and those are the difference between the three.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's the roofing offer with a 40-year lifespan, labor and materials for first 5 years, materials for next 5 years, prorated afterwards.
Yeah.
And for a slightly higher cost, you essentially double that.
Yeah.
You have 50-year warranty, 10-year. How much is the slightly higher cost?
We're looking into it,
Okay,
like we don't,
okay.
it may not be higher at all.
Oh.
So, like, I haven't told the company anything yet,
Okay.
because I didn't want to overstep my bounds.
Right.
And so when I tell them, if they say, oh, this is an aggressive cost, like, we'll make a decision then. And we probably won't have a full-blown meeting, cause it's been like pulling teeth to get people to have an opinion on this.
Right.
Like, but if it's significantly more expensive than our cost, which they're saying it wouldn't be, then we will reevaluate.
Okay.
Nate, can you explain down under roofing, are lower in quality and would likely need replacement within 5 years? Is that a typo?
Probably.
Okay.
Like,
Or-
If you look under roofing, 1, 2,
Yep.
The certainty.
you're right,
50, I don't know, I'd have to ask her, Patricia wrote it.
okay. It just seems like if we're needing to replace anything in 5 years, something's wrong with it.
Yeah. Her knowledge of these supplies through her father's career was quite impressive.
Mhm.
So I just kinda let her run with it, cause I'm colorblind.
Yeah. Anything else?
What's certainty?
That
Is that
is
a-
the roof company.
Okay.
I think they do a lot of big government contracts, if I'm.
The two
Is
choices we
GAF is
had.
like a rubber roof, or?
What, the
I'm trying
certainty
to, yeah.
is not rubber, it's like this roofing here, or they
Okay,
have
an
all types
asphalt
of
roof.
different roofing, but yes,
Right.
but
But what would need replacement within 5 years? That?
We think that's.
it's a
I
typo,
think
so it's,
that's-
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
That's why I brought it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I just got hyper-focused on 5 years, like, yeesh.
Anything else? Do they give you an idea, Nate, of what are they gonna start with the roof, the siding, do they do everything together, did they give you an idea of how
I'm
this?
gonna have them come here, even
Okay.
if it's on a Zoom. Well, I'm going to ask that they come here
Mhm.
and have the conversation. Who knows, maybe we even kill two birds with one stone and bring them in, bring the tenants in, have a big ol'
Explanation.
kumbaya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we can all talk about it. I know there's gonna be emergency lighting and, yep.
It's almost like a pre-construction meeting.
right, yes, yeah,
And
yeah,
kind of lay out
which I
the
think is a
schedule,
good
what
idea,
the
yes, yeah,
expectations,
yeah,
where staging and the
Yeah.
equipment will be stored on site and stuff, so.
Do we have like a template pre-construction conference agenda?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet. I haven't done, besides the paperwork, I haven't done a ton of talking to the vendor quite yet, because I didn't have anything to tell them. So for the last week and a half, they've been pushing me on getting them what we want. So I didn't really wanna be talking to them about other things, like, hey, you answer me what I want, but also I'm not gonna tell you what you want, so.
Right. Is there a contract duration established?
February 1st, it's supposed to be done, but
But we're not,
no, but that's the end of the contract.
Okay.
But we can easily extend it. It could be extended just by an okay, change order.
yeah,
Yeah.
time, time
Yeah.
only.
Yep.
Do you want us to make a formal vote, or we're good to go?
You?
I don't think one's required.
No, 'cause we're good.
Hey, you guys are up next. We're closing out. Come on in. Just have a seat.
So we have matters, matters reasonably unanticipated by the chair. Do you want some time? Cause we have about, or are you good?
No, I'm good at this point.
Okay,
Nate and I discussed some things, the only thing is the black backflow prevention,
yep,
and that's not, we can get out of here tonight on time.
yes, okay, okay.
Cause I actually have someplace to go.
What you mentioned to me the other day, the question you asked me, do you wanna bring that up at all, or do you wanna hold off on that?
What was the question?
About the, doing like a,
Oh. I'm a sucker for a ribbon cutting.
course you are.
With the big giant scissors?
Yeah, do it.
I'll bring the scissors to be out.
Do we want it? We can think about it. Let's
but
see
we,
how.
yes, so we can, okay.
Let's see how it goes and,
I just, you want this to be after the,
yeah.
Construction is done.
Oh.
If we're gonna
Okay.
show people the building, I would
Yeah.
like them to come and see it after that first part, like, hey, look at what you bought, remember
Right.
that we're
from
gonna-
phase one.
Sure.
Yeah.
From phase
Remember
one, yeah,
that we're
okay,
coming
yeah,
back to
yeah,
ask
yeah.
you again
Right.
soon, like, don't forget, like, that's the
Here
only
is the
reason.
progress we have made in the
Right.
past X number
Yes,
of
what we
months.
promised was delivered, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
at this point, we should wait until the spring and then just have like we'll get cookies and invite
Mhm.
Peter Durant and Donnie and just say, hey, do you people wanna see what we've done? We'll have a little.
That would, by that time, the town offices would be moved
Yeah.
over.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think that,
Yeah,
that
you could
makes,
host the little after,
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
obviously. Is there any talk on windows yet?
They've been very transparent.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I didn't see anything on windows other than us talking about the trim.
What's the big window brand? Cause that's.
Anderson?
Or Marvin,
I'll get you guys that back.
or SWS out of Gardner.
No.
And the doors were the doors, right? Because we picked all that,
Yep.
okay.
Hold on, let me see if I can get her on the line. Her husband's gonna hate this.
Are you calling Trisha?
Yeah, but that's my
Like dinner
personal.
time.
They're done.
Do we have a design committee policy? No. Do you wanna have a design committee policy, Heather?
Just double check what the law on that one is, cause I wanna say that when you do a design, when you go the design route, I think we need to have something in place, but double check that, I don't
How
remember.
windows are we getting?
And I've only had to do it
Our
once,
neighbors'
so
windows,
double check, but I gotta hop off, cause I got another meeting in
second, Heather.
town
1
here
second.
in 4 minutes.
I'm sorry.
All right,
sorry for bothering
thanks
you.
Heather.
But thank you, everyone,
I
bye.
didn't know
See
what
ya.
to tell them.
It's totally fine.
All right.
Brian is just, Brian and I are just on a date. It's totally fine.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan's
I would quit.
Ryan's her son. Like,
I know who he is.
Windows, Harvey Windows.
Harvey.
Harvey, okay.
Harvey Windows is the option that they gave us. They're full planes, double panes glass. They have their Energy Star rating that they should, and they're gonna be full planes, no grids, because the grids are more
We did
expensive.
talk about
Yeah.
that.
And it's
Yeah.
a longer lead time, and honestly, they just grids are a fad, they come in and out, we want something that's a little bit more timeless.
Full screen or half screen?
Half screen, and I think they are gonna come with storms as well. So those will eventually, so what'll happen is the screens go up, the storms come down, depending on the change in the weather.
So there's storms in addition to the double pane.
Yep, there's storms in addition to the double pane, that's an option, however, I don't think it's the right option, so we can opt out of that, and it's less expensive. With the
We'll
double
see.
pane glass, you won't need the
I don't
additional
think we
storm
would.
windows.
Yeah.
In one of the things you wrote me, it
Mhm.
says certainty is a quality product, alternatives like GAF are lowering quality and would likely need replacement within 5 years. This is
Yes.
a roof. Like, is 5 years a misprint?
Nope, it's not. Unfortunately, GAF material is bottom of the barrel, and they've had more recalls in the past 2 years than any other company
So
for faulty material.
So Tricia, the 5 years is your subjective duration of the roof?
Not my subjective durated, no. That would be from the installers that I know, and as well as my dad sells this material, doesn't even sell this material anymore. His company
Okay.
will not sell it.
All
Because
right.
they stand by their products, and a lot of other companies won't sell it because they don't want to sell a faulty product.
Sure.
Why are we
Thank you.
even considering it?
Yeah, that's the point.
I think she was just
Yeah.
giving us all of the
He's giving you
different,
guys
yes.
price options.
Oh, okay.
He's,
Yes.
showing you guys what is lower. I call it a lower grade product, but he was giving you guys price options based on the budget and what you guys wanted to work with. I'm gonna be honest with you. The GAF stuff is bottom of the barrel, and
We
the
would-
CertainTeed landmark, just the CertainTeed landmark is way higher up the ladder, and it's a good price, and they stand by their material, and they make all their own material. GAF doesn't make their own material, and I think that's where they stem a lot of their problems from.
Yeah, I think if we went with GAF, we'd certainly have some people in town go, yay, they went with the low-cost solution, and then we'd be crucified later.
Yeah, yeah.
For, why did you pick the crap solution? So I would rather we go
Right.
with a solid, doesn't have to be the Cadillac solution, but it doesn't have to be the Kia solution either.
All right.
I
Alright.
think a lot of people in the mindset of the town is gonna be, if you're gonna do it right the first time.
Yes. Yeah, we will not lose with that.
Thank you, sorry for bothering you, have a good weekend.
No, it's totally fine. Enjoy, you guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, Trish.
Bye.
She ended up being very helpful with this. Oh, because she knew about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Do we, not that we need it, but you said we had all the time in the world, but their meeting wasn't in here. Did you say that to me on the phone or?
Yeah, they were, Jesse told me she was gonna meet in there
Oh,
if
okay.
we weren't out of here. We're
Oh,
wrapping up.
We are wrapping up, yeah. Heather's question,
I'll look into it.
okay.
Make a motion to adjourn. Or next meeting.
Are they already over there? If not, you guys can meet over here.
We can do the next meeting, or Nate and I can talk and figure out when everybody's coming is what I think should happen, like,
Yeah.
once he makes contact and we know they can come. Cause at this point,
That's
what are we gonna
easier.
meet about, right?
Right,
So we
right.
don't even know, so until we know, we'll pick a date, obviously, we have to be 2 days out, but if we have to make it quickly, is everybody gonna be okay with that?
I'm having some eye surgery the 23rd, which is I think a Wednesday or something.
Okay,
So I probably won't be in the mood.
okay, no, I got you,
Yeah,
okay,
the design.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever the Mass General law says.
Alright, so such, you can put in such registry or no?
Yep.
Okay, so that's that's on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that would put you put you to the 30th. So, yeah, I mean, even if we did like the first, if we don't all get together.
Yeah.
But we should have a first meeting sometime early November.
Yes.
Yeah, to do the design
if
Big
not,
Stuff, okay.
Big art designer,
Yeah, okay,
you know. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
cause that's when you're gonna put out the RFPs for all that,
I'd
right?
like to get it out tomorrow.
Okay.
I just don't, I'm
Monday
I'm
is your-
taking.
But it's a
um,
holiday, so
Yes, right,
Tuesday, yeah,
I'm taking
okay.
a municipal
Okay.
HR course because I'm
Okay.
a sucker for punishment. So I don't know what I'm gonna actually be able to get done during that.
So Seth, I'm sorry, you just said no matter what, we're looking at November
The first week of
first,
November, yeah.
regardless,
Yeah.
we have to meet at that point,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
even if we meet before that, we
Yeah, that's
still have to
fine,
meet
yeah.
on November first,
Yeah,
okay, so
yeah.
we'll make that arrangement.
Well, it'll be probably like the 5th or 6th of November.
Okay.
The first is Friday.
Okay, so it'll be that, alright, okay.
Nope, this all worked out. Nope,
We're,
moving.
we're,
good.
we're just about to be
So
out.
motion to adjourn still stands.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright,
Okay.
thank you,